Tinky Winky was very embarrassed by the size of his genitalia, hence his name, and he refused to shower with all the others. Because who shower, you know? The Teletubbies are bald as coots underneath their suits. Plus, notice there's no shit flap. Coprophiliacs. They get off shitting themselves. It's a group thing. First Tinky Winky. Oh. 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 Then Dipsy. Then Lala. Then last but not least, little Poe. Poe. Little Poe was trying to burst her suit by filling it up as much as she could. Anyway, after all finished shitting themselves, Poe asked Tinky Winky and Dipsy if they would help her rescue Lala from quarantine, but Tinky Winky was far too busy sodomising Dipsy. Tinky Winky carried a red handbag and was gay. Dipsy wasn't. It's a wonderful thing, chloroform, isn't it? Tinky Winky used it on Dipsy so he could practice his technique on him. Against his will, of course. So Tinky Winky couldn't help because he was too busy, and Dipsy couldn't help because he was unconscious most of the time, getting rogered senseless with the Black Mamba. So Poe decided to ask some of her other friends for help instead. First she asked Puss in Boots. But he said after all his success in Shrek 2 and then his own movie, he couldn't possibly help, as he couldn't fit into his boots anymore. He was far too big for them. Winnie the Pooh, on the other hand, agreed to help but demanded 26 kilo of honey up front and a further 60 kilo after the job was done. So Poe had Paddington Bear, and he wanted a cup of cocoa and a marmalade sandwich, so he was in. The Clangers offered to help without even being invited, without even being asked, but only if Poe allowed them to take the pictures of her. So Poe refused point blank and told them to go and whistle, which they did. Some of the Clangers were very sad. Others were very angry. They were so angry they couldn't even whistle. Right? That's how angry they were. Some of the Clangers didn't give a shit. They could whistle. Now, Mr. Ben agreed to help and came in his bondage suit. So he put that in the wash, then decided to come in his invisible suit, but he couldn't find it, so he ended up coming bolloco, much to Tinky Winky's delight, because Mr. Ben was very well hung. Anyway, after you signed an indemnity policy, Poe, Paddington Bear and Mr. Ben all went on their adventure together to rescue Lala from quarantine. Then I woke up. So I never did find out how that story ended, but if I have another dream and find out more, then I'll make sure to add to this.